Chapter 59. A Great Harvest. Come here. Drop your weapons. The militia swarmed forward, snatching the guns from the two bandits and tying their hands and feet with rope. Finally, they breathed a sigh of relief. They knew they had won this battle. Is there anyone else inside? Hiroshi asked, glancing at the lifeless body of Tiger on the ground, his wounds gruesome and crimson. No, we're the only ones left, the fat bandit stammered, his voice trembling with fear. There were 5 of us. Tiger killed 2 when we tried to take him down, and then we finished him off. Hiroshi coldly observed the scene. These people might have been law-abiding citizens 10 days ago, perhaps even helping old men cross the street. But now, for survival, they had killed their own comrades. They were no longer human but beasts who had lost all semblance of humanity in this apocalyptic chaos. If it had been a few days ago, Hiroshi might have found this scene hard to accept. But after experiencing Angus's betrayal, he understood that to survive in this world, one had to be more ruthless than the heartless beasts around them. Only by doing so could he protect himself and those he cared about. So, as he looked at the corpses on the ground, his heart felt nothing. It was as if he were looking at the death of a mere dog. You really sold out your comrades to save yourselves, huh? Ha! Simon sneered, his eyes filled with disdain as he glared at the 2 bound bandits. If there were any justice in this world, you all should have died fighting each other. The fat bandit blushed with shame, lowering his head. The other bandit, sensing the murderous intent in Simon's words, screamed, "You said you wouldn't kill us if we surrendered." "We said we wouldn't kill you, but we didn't say we wouldn't beat you up." Simon's cold smile widened. The others grinned, cracking their knuckles as they approached the 2 bandits. Their hatred for the bandits was like that of a farmer for a chicken-thieving weasel. They had toiled hard to accumulate their resources, only to have them stolen with ease. Anyone would be furious. Though they had killed many bandits earlier, it wasn't enough to vent their anger fully. They encircled the 2 bandits, raining down punches and kicks. Initially, the bandits screamed in pain, but soon they could only whimper weakly. "That's enough. Drag them to the car and keep an eye on them," Hiroshi finally intervened. "Leave 2 guards. The rest come with me to the warehouse." Excitement filled the air. The primary reason for fighting the bandits was to reclaim their stolen food. Hearing Hiroshi's words, the militia members couldn't contain their smiles. "Where is the warehouse?" Simon yanked the fat bandit's hair, demanding. "In the backyard to the north, behind the 2 big iron doors." The fat bandit mumbled through his bloody lips. The reinforced iron doors creaked open under the militia's force. Hiroshi led the way into the warehouse, and what they saw inside left them stunned. The massive warehouse, nearly 1,000 square meters, was filled with various food supplies and essentials, along with some large equipment. Piles of rice and flour formed small mountains. Boxes of cigarettes, alcohol, and snacks were stacked so high they almost touched the ceiling. "Dear God, how many people did they rob to gather all this?" a militia member exclaimed, struggling to swallow as he stared in disbelief. "They must have looted an entire city." Though exaggerated, his words highlighted the sheer quantity of food in the warehouse. If distributed, it could feed the entire town for at least a week. Since the apocalypse began, the militia had never seen so much food in one place. Remembering their recent hardships, they couldn't help but laugh and cry, kneeling on the ground with arms outstretched, ready to embrace a hopeful future. With these supplies, hunger would no longer plague them. They and their families could survive this apocalypse safely. Some rushed forward, tearing open food packages and stuffing their mouths. One militia member found a box of soft bread. Before the apocalypse, it had cost $5. After, its price soared to $100 and quickly sold out. Now, as they savored the bread's flavor, the battles and near-death experiences seemed worth it. "Stop for a moment." Simon's shout broke the joyous chaos. The militia turned to him, confused. "We have our revenge and these supplies thanks to Boss Hiroshi," Simon declared. "So I propose Boss Hiroshi gets first pick of everything in the warehouse. Once he's done, we split the rest." Silence fell over the warehouse. Then, one by one, they voiced their agreement. "Yes, Let Boss Hiroshi choose first. Without Boss Hiroshi, we'd be starving out there. Make way for Boss Hiroshi. The militia stepped back, putting down their food. There was no arguing, no grabbing. Hiroshi, though surprised, was moved. He had expected chaos, fearing that the bandit pressure had only temporarily united them. But their camaraderie and respect proved his worries unfounded. Their shared struggle had forged a bond among them, stronger than he'd anticipated. And his daring actions had earned their trust and admiration. Who else could face over 10 enemies alone? Only Boss Hiroshi. Hiroshi waved off their praise, not needing much from the warehouse. But then he spotted something in the corner, something that made him stop. These bandits, they even stole this? His voice shook as he quickly moved towards it.